Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for that wonderful welcome, and welcome to the fabulous panelists that we have here. I'm Caroline Buckland. I head up fan engagement at Oracle Red Bull Racing, and I'm super excited to host this conversation today. Our panel brings together two incredible worlds. So we have Formula One racing, and we also have the gateway into Web3. And I'm joined by some remarkable individuals from the industry to talk to you guys today. So we have Ben Zhao, the co-founder and CEO of Bybit, the world's second largest cryptocurrency exchange by trading volume, and also proud principal team partner of Oracle Red Bull Racing. And we have our drivers. So Max, who last season secured his third consecutive World Drivers' Championship title, beating all sorts of records along the way. And obviously alongside him, we have teammate Checo Perez, who secured very much loved here, secured second place in the Drivers' Championship last year, secured our first ever 1-2 finish as Oracle Red Bull Racing, and also helped to secure a 6th Constructors' World Championship title. So very much looking forward to the conversation here with you guys today. So let's kick us off. Max, welcome back to Singapore. Do you enjoy racing here? It's obviously a fan favorite.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I always enjoy being here because it's always a very tough race weekend. You know, first of all, street circuit, it's in the night. The humidity is very high. So for us, it's, very like a big physical challenge, I would say. Mm-hmm. But also now, we came straight off Baku. We came here and we had a bit of time, to go around, play sports a bit and, enjoy the climate. So, it's good to be here.
Nice. And what about you, Checo? Is this one of your favorite places to come?
Yeah, I really enjoy this weekend. It's starting from the time zone that we're living in. It's quite strange, to leave your room 3 p.m., going to bed really 4 or 5 a.m. It's quite random, especially coming out of Baku. It's been good. We were playing yesterday padel, a couple of drivers, nice. And it's nice to have a bit of time off, away from the racing, from the pressure of the work, and it's a week that we can all enjoy ourselves a little bit, and then the circuit itself is really enjoyable as well.
Nice. I've seen there's actually a paddle court over here somewhere, so I'm sure you're going to get some requests to have a hit before you leave. And Ben, there's one already. Ben, yourself, you've joined us at a couple of races here. I think you've been to Monaco with us as well. How does Singapore compare? Is it one of your favorites?
Well, it's for sure, it's our biggest event. We do global activations in all the different countries where we invite our guests to watch the drivers and the racing. Singapore is very unique because it's one of the only night race where the party continues, and the crypto folks, we love parties, so I think everyone's been partying crazy.
Nice. And you mentioned it there. I mean, every track does have its own kind of unique challenges, whether that's track layouts, configuration, the weather. Checo, how do you prepare yourself, both kind of mentally and physically, for some of those differences?
It's quite a challenge physically, this place, because of the heat, the humidity, and the track itself is very intense. So normally here the race at the weekend drains us, the drivers, to take us to the maximum. We have to do special preparation for this week, including some steam sessions, trying just to get mentally ready for the challenge, because it's quite a challenge mentally to go into this race.
Yeah, and is that the same for you, Max? Kind of anything that you have to do differently to prepare?
Yeah, it's just, build-up of weeks where you try to get comfortable with the heat, even though, of course, it's never really that comfortable, but you build up to it, to have a bit of a tolerance, because, you have to be in your fireproof suit, and, it doesn't really breathe that well. But yeah, it's good. I enjoy it. It's just different to maybe some other race weekends where it's a bit more straightforward.
Yeah, nice. And if we translate that into your world a little bit, Ben, you're obviously the CEO of a rapidly growing company in an ever-changing industry, so you're often also adapting to various different things. How do you manage kind of that pressure and maintain your effectiveness as a leader in a kind of ever-changing world?
I first make sure I get enough sleep. I think that's very crucial. Where I find the synergy between even, Bybit and the Red Bull team is all about teamwork. So it's not a one-man show. And for us, when you make sure the product is solid, it doesn't go down, the service, the customer support. So really, it's a whole overall team effort to make sure our clients are all happy. So this is, I think, I have a great team that helps to make this where we are today. Yeah.
And if you're mentioning there kind of that you like to go out for parties, but you also like to get enough sleep, that's probably an element of balance that you've managed to nail. And just kind of on that theme of balance, Max, I want to come back to you and sort of talk to you about how you balance being a world-class athlete and also having your own life alongside that. So, I mean, you're performing at the highest level on the global stage. How do you balance your professional responsibilities with a personal life?
Yeah, I have to say it's not always that easy, you know, with 24 race weekends, and then in between, of course, you have to do other stuff as well. So yeah, sometimes I think it's important when you are in certain areas of the world, you try to stay out, you try to enjoy in between the race weekends, you know, to yeah, have a bit of a good time with family and friends or catch up, you know. And of course, we just had all the European races, so every Sunday you could go back home and yeah, spend a bit of time there. And again, it's all about finding your sleep. You know, make sure you're well rested. And we know that also now what's coming up, it's a lot of traveling, so time zone differences as well. So you need to be definitely prepared with that. I mean, when I was 18, it didn't really matter. I could do what I wanted, but slowly you start to feel the differences, and how you have to live your life. So yeah, it's challenging at times, but at the moment it's manageable.
Nice. And is that the same for you, Checo? Any advice for people trying to find a work-life balance here? How do you do it?
Well, I think it is very important for us, for example, because our work is very public, so we are on the public eye when we are always at the work. People wanting us for pictures and following us all around. But when we get home, we got to take the helmet, the suit off, and we are just normal people, human beings that want to spend time with family. I got 4 kids at home, so I love spending time with them and just staying away from that side. When I'm at home, I just try to be the best possible dad, human being that I can be, and I think that's just very important, to be able to separate the work, regardless of how you're doing, because obviously how you're doing it can affect you quite a bit. But it's important, when you are at your work to give it all, to be at your best. But similarly, when you are at home, to be able to separate it, I think it's key for our lives.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ben, when you answered before, you were talking a little bit about kind of some of the shared values that Bybit and Oracle Rebel Racing have, both obviously needing to provide high reliability in highly unpredictable worlds. Can you elaborate a little bit more on some of Bybit's core values and maybe whether kind of those shared ones with Oracle Rebel Racing is why you decided it would be a really good partnership?
Yeah, so as an exchange, our core value is listen, care, improve. We service millions and millions of retail users in both retail institutions globally. So I think getting to know our product, talking to the clients, constantly collecting that feedback, and this is one of the synergies we love about this sponsorship is probably F1 is one of the only sport that goes to the different countries. So we go there with you guys to meet our clients, and then the clients get to see Max and Checo, and we collect feedback while we're doing these events. So at the same time, you guys said it's 24 races. We are 24/7. So we need to make sure that we're constantly improving, keeping up pace with the industry, whether it's the latest meme coin, the latest new technology we need to embrace and constantly improve our product. Same as you guys, new regulations coming out, new engines, everything. So a lot of very challenging, but very fun at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. And so the title of this panel was about being the DNA of champions. So I want to talk a little bit about being at and staying at the top. The world of F1 is obviously incredibly competitive. It demands constant improvement. Checo, how do you stay motivated and focused on kind of maintaining the best performances you can race after race?
Well, I think it's important. It's a team game, and understanding that you are not on your own. That if you're having success, it's down to a lot of people that is pushing as much as you. Leaving their lives behind, and I think that's just appreciating the value of all your team, how much they're pushing, how much they're giving up for being here in this journey. It's very important, and you just have to remain giving it all, regardless of the end result. I think to me that's very important to make sure I appreciate the people around me giving a massive job.
And to you as well, Max, what continues to kind of drive and motivate you year after year to keep giving your best performances?
I think the people in general in the team that you're working with, yeah, just working with so many bright people. You know, this is something that probably once you stop driving and maybe you want to do some other kind of driving, I think that is the first thing that you might miss. Where it's super professional, all the best people work in Formula One, so it will be hard to replicate something like that. And yeah, as long as I wake up and I can tell myself that I'm giving it 100%, to deliver in Formula One, I think that's all that you need to know. As soon as you wake up and you're like, I'm not really feeling it today, or I'm not really that keen on doing it, that's probably a time where you start realizing maybe it's time to stop. Because then, with people being fully committed and so many talented people in the sport, that's where you will start lacking if you're not doing the same.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. And Ben, just kind of looking ahead, what are Bybit's aspirations for the future? How does it plan to maintain its position as a leader in this ever-evolving landscape?
Yeah, so our job is we want to be the gateway to Web3. And it's an ever-growing industry. We see crypto is getting more adopted from different countries. By end of the year, MiFID is going to come out. The whole Europe is going to embrace crypto. So really our job is to figure out innovative ways to onboard more users. I think we work with Red Bull Racing. We launched a few NFTs that was super successful. I'm hoping there's more innovation that's going to come out in that front. But at the same time, look, we want to be also globalization, everything is equals localization. So by going different countries to see how can we be more local, whether it's Turkey, Brazil, Argentina, we're launching our crypto card, offering different products and services, solving the needs for different type of clients' needs. So yeah, I think that's our job, and that's what we're going to continue to focus on. Yeah.
Absolutely. Sounds super exciting. So kind of just to wrap up then, any final thoughts ahead of race weekend? Max and Checo, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest, this weekend is normally, the last few years, not been our strongest. But I do think that it can be a good weekend if we make sure that we put the car in the right window and that it's operating well. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. From my side, the last few races have been a bit difficult. So at one point, I would like to turn that around.
Good. And you, Checo?
Yeah, same. I think we've been through a bit of a difficult period. Baku was a lot stronger weekend, so there's hope to build from that, and hopefully here we can repeat a similar sort of performance and get our championship back on track. I'm just looking forward massively to this weekend. I really hope that we are able to be competitive.
Good, same here. So it's very, very loving crowd here. That's all that we do have time for today, but I want to say a huge thank you to Max, Checo and Ben for joining me on stage in what promises to be a very big week, both for Oracle Rebel Racing and for Bybit. So thank you again, good luck at the weekend, and enjoy the rest of your day.